Final 2 episodes on Appendix. Appendix A. Seductive environment and seductive time. In the boring daily routine of work, duties, and habits, people start to feel weighed down by the dull burden of reality. A basic hunger grows within us all. A want for an escape, a place totally apart from the real world where we can enjoy our deepest, most forbidden desires and experience something extremely different. As a charmer, you must skillfully make this delightful different reality to lure in your targets and melt away their defenses. Robert Greene's The Art of Seduction carefully explains how to manufacture the perfect seductive atmosphere. Make a theatrical, heightened atmosphere. From the moment they step through the doorway, your seduction spaces must feel like escaping into another fantasy dimension where the rules of reality are suspended. Carefully build visually striking, artificial settings with dramatic lighting effects, fancy architectural details, gilt accents, and extravagant costumes and masks. Every surface, fabric, and decoration should ooze a lush, polished, unreal quality to transport people's minds outside their normal experiences. Use enigmatic supporting characters in disguise, make up dramatic storylines full of suspense, and give an air of paranormal mystery to inspire a theatrical, hypnotic feel. Immerse them in delightful sensory overload. Bombard your targets with an intoxicating overload of indulgent sensory pleasure and ostentatious luxury that keeps their minds anchored in the ecstatic present moment. Glittering crystal chandeliers, ornate gilded mirrors, rippling marble fountains, soft velvet drapery, perfumed clouds of opium-laced incense, and a kaleidoscope of candles' flickering lights dancing across faceted jewel tones. Avoid anything bland or with philosophical depth that could induce sobriety or contemplation. You want pure, delightful surface-level excess, a dazzling, bordello-like aesthetic that awakens their most basic, pleasure-craving, instinctive impulses. The feverish intimacy of crowds. While lavishly decorated private chambers can cultivate an intimate, heated atmosphere of delight, there is also immense seductive power in certain crowded settings like unrestrained festivals, hedonistic nightclubs, or galleries overflowing on indulgent opening nights. The anonymizing, inhibition-dissolving effects of being surrounded by throngs of revelers, combined with bodies crushed indecorously together, generates a feverish, contagious, psychological intensity. People feel more uninhibited and free to let go entirely. Elevate their consciousness with the mystical. Carefully incorporate subtle mystical or spiritual symbolic elements like hypnotic ambient music with crashing primordial rhythms, labyrinthine clouds of sickly sweet burning resins and musks, Gnostic occult angelic imagery, or flickering stained glass effects evoking arcane ritualistic ceremonies. These meticulously calculated touches elevate the atmosphere into a vaguely numinous, transcendent realm that subverts and distracts the rational mind while opening it to suggestibility. Use anything that hints at ineffable, unseen, primordial forces to make the space feel imbued with eldritch power. Distortions of linear time. Persistently, make a series of memorable, delightful peak moments and beguiling experiences that utterly distort the linear perception of time's flow. A whirlwind tour without having a moment to catch one's breath. Kaleidoscopic new sights, sounds, scents, and tactile sensations assaulting the senses with each turn. A frenzied celebration of excessive indulgence without a single instant to pause for sobriety. Strategic alternating pacing and meticulously timed sensory stimuli aimed at their deepest subcortical receptors, tapping into a frenzied, visceral, youthful, erratic energy that causes the pedestrian real world's tedious routines to dissolve fully away into irrelevance. The delightful escape into euphoric fantasy. The core emotional peak you must carefully build and steadily build toward is that of feeling like you've transcended reality itself, becoming utterly transported into an ecstatic, euphoric, delightful fantasy dimension separate from the real world. Within the heightened tactile atmosphere you've precisely curated, your entrance targets willingly unleash repressed desires and act in ways they never could in the corporal world, thus becoming wantonly unguarded around your powerful seductive influence. The unenlightened masses are starved for experiences that allow them to completely escape the confining chains of their hollow, everyday existence's responsibilities and society's bland, puritanical judgments. As the masterful shaman charmer, you become the carefully crafted gateway that births them into the addictive, delightful, euphoric, primal yet rarefied alternate dimension that finally sates their subconscious yearnings. Once they've ecstatically surrendered to your sensual dream world, all attempts at resistance are futile when you inevitably consummate the seduction. Their very essences were unconsciously drawn to the ineffable realm of transcendent pleasure you command. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If something resonated with you, share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be valuable to others. Now, a quick reminder. Make it a habit to learn something beneficial every day. The content you consume is like food for your brain, so be intentional about it. Otherwise, the algorithm might start influencing your thoughts. Reflect on that. We're always accepting your contributions through subscriptions to our channel. Your support will help us with upcoming projects and ensure we continue delivering top-notch content. Join us by subscribing today.